In this video, I'm going to go through the basics of SEO, which is search engine optimization. So you can have educated conversations with professionals about SEO, understand what you're paying for, what is it they're going to do, those sorts of things. Not fall into the traps where you get emails through people saying, I'll make you #1 on Google. Like, what does that actually mean? And what is it that they're actually doing so that you can pay for things that you need and not things that you don't? And also realize that some of it you could do for yourself. So we can save you time, money, and effort. So I'm going to go through the basics of SEO, explain some of the terminology, give you a bit of a behind the scenes look into a few bits, and help you to get the basics of understanding what it is and how it works. Okay, so SEO, a good SEO strategy is around 3 elements. The first one is functional SEO or technical SEO. You hear it interchangeably called both. The next one is on-page SEO, and the final one is off-page SEO. So let's talk about those 3. Functional or technical SEO is about the actual performance of your site, whether it be your website or whether it be a course platform, whatever site it is that's hosting your content. It's things like, is it fast? Is it secure? Does it have a sitemap so that the search engines can quickly understand the layout and the pages and what it's all about? Does it have URLs that go to nowhere, for example, called dead links? So that is some of the elements to do with technical SEO. Is it a good quality site in terms of all of these sort of functional things? Second one is on page. So this is wherever your content is stored, things like the title, the description, the keywords, which are kind of also called meta tags, where you're telling the site what is this particular page or this particular video or this particular thing about. So we've got on-page SEO. And then we have off-page SEO, which is things outside of your content. So it might be backlinks from other sites. So you might have blog or appear somewhere or do something. And that tells the search engines how reputable you are. So the more sort of qualified links that you have, then it is improving Google's or keep saying Google because it's the biggest search engine at the moment, but the search engine's way of saying, is this person credible, basically. So what can we do? We can absolutely have a look at the technical side of your website. So either if you have somebody who looks after your website, or if you do it yourself, you can look for things like, do I have a sitemap? How secure is my website? How fast is it? Those sorts of things you can do. On page, there are certain plugins that you can get for my website is a WordPress website. So I have a Yoast plugin, which gives me certain help. Let me share my screen. So this is the back end of my website. I have Yoast SEO plugin, and this will give me certain help when it comes to on-page SEO and giving me information. So if I was to go into a page, it will give me, let me just go home. It will give me certain prompts about down here. Here we go. Yoast SEO. So it'll give me certain prompts about the key phrase, the readability, and I can put in here about the description, and down here it will give me all sorts of information about what's good and what I might be able to improve. So about on-page SEO. So a little bit of important stuff. NAP, name, address, and phone number. So when you put in the name, address, and phone number onto Google, make sure that everywhere else you use your name, address, and phone number is exactly the same. So if in your address you have Old Road, and in Google you use RD to short for road, then everywhere else put RD. And if you do your telephone number where you do the code and then 3 numbers and then 3 numbers, keep the spacing exactly the same. So it's one of the ways that Google recognizes, is this content to do with the same business? And if the name, address, and phone number is all exactly the same, then it must be the same business. So that's a little SEO tip for you. And recently I wrote a blog for the Trusted Coach Directory all about cracking the code of SEO. So I'll put the link below down to that, because I share in it some of the other videos that I've done, such as improving your site speed and doing some keyword research for your own business, and also creating a Google My Business account. So all of those are in that particular blog. So I'll put that down below for you. Ultimately, I think understanding the language of SEO, even if you're not going to do it yourself, just enables you to feel more confident and prepared to have conversations with other people, other professionals, about what it is that you're actually getting. So a lot of these emails that say, we can make you #1 in Google, usually that's using Google AdWords. So on Google, you can pay for a particular keyword. So every time someone types in coaching for business leaders, then you could pay Google to say, I want to come up for the top when people type in coaching for business leaders. But that will only, depending on how much you want to pay, depends on how many of those keywords that you're going to be able to come up top for. So usually those emails are about a paid Google AdWords service, or they are a business that will do like an SEO audit on your content and then come back and give you a report on what you do and what you don't, or what's good and what's not. Ultimately, SEO grows over time. So it is a long-term strategy, is SEO. If you do your SEO on a blog page, for example, those will show results in 4 to 6 months' time. So the work that you put in now is growing for the future. So if you plant an acorn now, then you'll have a tree in years to come. But the reality of SEO is it's a long-term marketing strategy. So if you expect to do SEO now and get a client tomorrow, that's not what SEO does for you. SEO is a long-term building of your reputation online, and building of your links, and building of your content and things like that, so that your performance in the search engine improves. Now, that's not to say that you can't quickly get results with SEO for registering for a certain AdWord, a certain Google word, keyword. You could, but you probably need to do that through the advertising paid options, not on general on-site content. So if you're going to do a blog post about something, then 4 to 6 months in terms of SEO is when you'll start seeing people start finding that blog, for example. So that is it for this video. I hope you found that really useful in terms of beginning to understand what SEO is all about, and some of the language and some of how it all works. If you want some more help, then I will absolutely help you with the world of technology and growing your business online in a strategic and useful way, so you're not spending money on technology and support that you don't need. I will put a link down below to more information about the services that I can help you with. But that's it for now. That's it for this video, and I'll see you next week for the next one.